Going on, guys? It's Don here. So this was this week, right? I never really remember what happened throughout the week, and I don't remember what happened Monday. Maybe the more sooner days, like Thursday and Friday, like today or yesterday. Yeah, not yesterday, Wednesday. But let's go to review this week, right? So I was bearish on this day. Well, actually, no, I was bullish because on the 4 hour we were here, made a higher low, and I was anticipating we were making a higher high, especially after all of this. We dumped that much, so I had a bullish bias to start, and we have to ask ourselves, okay, what sequence are we in, right? What sequence are we in? We're here, so I can anticipate that, right? So that's sequence number, I think 2. Yeah, 2 to 1. So let's go ahead and play price. And let's just wait for manipulation to the downside. Our direction is bullish. Now we want to see a bullish manipulation. That's literally right there. No, this was not it. This is not a bullish manipulation. So I think was it bears? Like I said, I don't remember, bro. I don't even know what entry was Monday. I don't think I remember trading Monday. Yeah, I was bullish. Yeah, okay, now I remember. Yep. So some people entered here, up here, and it got smacked. Some people saw this right here, right? This was the bullish manipulation that we had. As soon as they had that, this was the entry. I guess some people entered within this candle as this candle was printing, right? Right there with a bullish bias. Stop loss here, 1 to 1. 1 to 1. Let's do 1 to 1. And this played out just like that. And then we actually rebalance into this BISI to keep going higher. So I had the correct narrative for this day. Rebalance here, displacement there. Easy Monday, easy Monday, easy Monday. So that was Monday, right? See, I can see how I had the direction. I got my direction from the 4 hour and the 1 hour. Then I identified the sequence we were in on the 4 hour and the 1 hour. Once I anticipated we were going to dump, we got that dump to go back up higher. So I anticipated sequence number 2 to happen to then finish off into sequence number 1. All right. Number 2 and number 1. Sometimes you'll go from 1 to 2, or we're already at 2 and we go to 1. Simple, bro. Simple. Okay, that was Monday. Let's now go to Tuesday. Off rip, you can already see what type of day this looks like. This looks it's bearish. Okay, so considering that this looks bearish, right, on the 1 hour and on the 4 hour, we can already surmise that we are gonna come to this draw on liquidity right here. So we know that we're bearish, and we gotta ask ourselves, okay, what sequence are we in? We're right here. This looks like sequence number 3. Number 3. So we're here, and it looks like we're gonna go lower. So we're gonna wait for 3 to happen, and after 3 happens, what's gonna happen 4? So we can anticipate shorts straight down to the downside, right? After we get some type of bullish manipulation, or if we had a pre-market bullish manip, we can already assume that 30 is gonna dump. So we do see these highs got manipulated on one side and failed to do so on NQ. So we have our direction, right? Bearish. Now we just want to see some sort of manipulation or just a displacement lower to complete the third sequence that we can see. As you see, we go up higher, which is what we want. We want highs to get manipulated, right? There goes our manipulation right there. There goes our bearish manipulation right here. Now we just want to see the displacement to the downside. I don't remember what entry was here, but I think we have enter here, stops up there, protected stops. Let's just target the draw since it's right there. And it gets met just like that. I think this kept going. The 1-to-1 would have got met, I think. Yeah, the 1-to-1, let's rewind that. But yeah, that was the entry. Me personally, I went for the draw because like the goal is to make money, right? Even if the 1-to-1 is what we want to aim for, the goal is always just make sure your stop loss or your take profit is at a point where you know prices can get drawn to. But the 1-to-1 still played out. As y'all can see, the 1-to-1s are guaranteed. But like I said, if you know the direction, which is what you find on the 4-hour and the 1 hour, as long as you have the direction, bro, you ask yourself, okay, what direction are we in? Bullish or bearish? Once you have the direction, bro, ask yourself, okay, we know the direction, bullish or bearish. So what sequence are we going to be in within a bullish or a bearish range? And then just look for a trade in depending on the sequence, and then wait for the signature to confirmate that. Take your entry, go for 1-to-1, and you will win your trades consistently. Right? That was that. Now Wednesday, I think Wednesday was a weird day. Okay, so I'm still bearish, but this was the day everybody got smacked. I'm still bearish, yes, but we got to ask ourselves, what sequence are we genuinely in, right? What sequence does this look like? Sequence number 4, bullish. I mean bearish. We know what the direction is bearish. Look at sequence number 4. High, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, low, high, right? So then what? We should be looking for buys. Even though we are in a bearish trend, we know that we're in sequence number 4. So now that we know we are in a bearish trend, but because we're on sequence number 4, we can anticipate buys in the macro. So let's put our low right there. Let's put our high up here. We can put this for extra credit. We've seen that we're closing above. We're closing above this. Okay, cool. So now we can only anticipate buys for the macro. So what do you want to find? We want to find out manipulation to the downside, like a bearish bullish manipulation, which we can already see happening already right here. Right, we already have a manipulation right there. So the next order of business is to really just see price displace higher. So we have a bullish manipulation. We have a respect of this BISI. The next order of business is just a displacement higher. Enter right there. Put your stop loss at this low. Target a 1-to-1. 1-to-1 right there. And that will get met. I promise you will get met, bro. Because we're going with narrative. And plus with that displacement, bro. Come on now. Easy. Direction and narrative, bro. And 1-to-1s are so quick, bro. Like you enter in and out, you're in and out. So your decisions have to be precise. You feel me? Already up 4K in 3 days from my decisions. Now let's go on yesterday, and then we'll do today, Friday on TradingView, because like I said, you know, it doesn't show it. So ask the question, what direction? I'm bullish. 4 hours going up, 1 hour's going up. Okay. What sequence are we in? We're bullish. What sequence are we in? We are up here. We look like this. So I can anticipate price to either keep going higher to then dump, then go back up higher, or we can just see a dump lower to then go up higher. So we know what sequence we're in. Sequence number 2. And if we are no longer in 2, we can just go to 1, just keep going higher. But we can anticipate that 930 will be a number 2 to then go to number 1. Okay, let's go ahead and mark out our external draws, right? We got a 15-minute BISI right here as well. Just want to keep our eye on that. Hold on, mom. I'm doing some right now. Hold on. Yeah, I'm busy right now. No, you can show me. I'm just okay. All right, so now we see that we have all this low resistance liquidity right here. We can just anticipate that 9 is just gonna dump, right? Bearish manipulation at these highs as well on ES. So what happens after, fellas? We dump. Short. Stops up here. 1 to 1. And just like that, you're done in one candle. So we do number 2. Then we'll get number 1. Right? Exactly. Number 1. That's why for me, this is the trade. This is short I caught yesterday. Cut that short, and then we reverse higher. You know, narrative, bro. I think this also had a bullish manipulation too, right? No. Yeah, right here, these lows. So, yeah, bro. If you just know the direction, bro, that's the easy part. The easiest part is knowing where we're going, like up or down. Boom. Once you're up or down, now the medium to hard part, I would say, is knowing what type of sequence we're in. Actually, that's not even hard for just come to this channel and just look. Refer to this. Just look to see what channel, what sequence we're in. Once you find the sequence, bro, just wait for it to happen at 9:30, right? Then when you're done, you just 1 to 1 enter and you're done for the day, bro. I guess the hardest part would be waiting for the algorithm signatures telling you when to buy or sell. But yeah, that was Thursday. So now let's go ahead and do today. Right? Let me see this 9:30. Okay, 9:26. Okay. So ask ourselves, direction. Bullish, bearish. On this specific chart, I am going to be bearish to then go bullish. So what is that? So we know we're bullish. So our eyes are here. So then where are we in sequence number 2? So I'm going to expect a dump to then go up higher to turn into number 1. We're expecting a 2 to turn into number 1. So on the 4 hour, I'm bullish. Let's go on the 1 hour. Let's mark out our external draws. We anticipate these external draws to get taken out, right? Okay. All right. So like I said, I am bearish just for the 9:30 macro. So we're anticipating a number 2 to occur. Right? So very first thing we want to also note, we already have a bearish manipulation, a pre-market bearish manipulation at that high. So okay, cool. So now let's play price. Let me go ahead and go to more accurate price. Right. So we had that manipulation. Okay. So then let's go ahead and play price. It's 927, 928, 929, 930, bought up higher. Awesome. That's what we want to see. We want to see, you know, buyers enter into the market before we get our shorts. Right. We come above here, and it looks like we had some sort of manipulation. I remember specifically at a high. Hold on, let me get those candles first. Show you guys why I entered where I entered. Okay. All right. It was this candle, but let me find that manipulation first. Let me find that manipulation. Where is it? I think it was this high. Yep. So this high? No. It was this high. Like, yeah, around here. It was like this high right here. And this high right there. That was our manipulation. Once we had a manipulation, I was like, okay, easy. I know we're shorting. So what do we have? An order block. So I know we have an order block. And I know we're in sequence number 2. I just want to see candles close below the 50% or respect the 50% of this order block. Right? Rebalance right into that 50. And then I entered like around this candle right here. Once that candle printed, I entered like as this was printing. Whoops, wrong one. I entered like around here. Stops was up here. And I targeted a 1 to 1. Easy day. Because of narrative. Then for the rest of the day, what happens? What happens for the rest of the day? We go back to a 1. So we go from a sequence 2 to a 1. So yeah, I mean, if you didn't catch that one, you could have just caught this BISI disrespect. We actually had a rebalance right here. Enter right there. Stops right here. Easy day, dude. Today was cake. Yep, and that was the week, fellas. I hope you guys had a good week to this week. If we can go back and see the stats for the week, right? Just like that, 5K week, taking one trade a day, one mini, just by understanding the narrative as far as the direction we're going, bullish or bearish, and the sequence we're in. If y'all trade like that, y'all will have these results. It's a guarantee. All right, fellas, have a good rest of y'all day. Continue to trade safe. Continue to have good risk management. Stop taking stupid trades. Like, stop taking the 930 open trades, bro. Those trades are illogical and not smart. Stop taking those trades. Wait for price to form and have an analysis and a reason behind your story as to why you're entering into trades. All right, fellas.